Here's how to build this fully automatic fish farm that will give you tons of treasure loot as well as experience and works with Autoclicker. Don't worry, on console there is a method to use Autoclicker as well, and even if you don't want to use an Autoclicker, then this farm will give you tons of benefits, so build it right now. First of all, let me show you how to build this little machine. First thing you want to do is to dig out 4 blocks in a row like this, and then you want to place a double chest inside, as well as a hopper right here in front of it. Make sure the hopper is funneling into the chest, so like this. Then, behind that hole that you have right here, you want to place an iron trapdoor facing that side, so stand on top of the hopper when placing it. Then you can waterlog it, and the water should flow into the hole. Then you want to take some blocks, and you want to place a block next to the trapdoor that you just placed. You can do that at either side. Then you also want to place 2 blocks in this location and do the same thing opposite to it as well, so like that. And if you want to spare some blocks and make it look even nicer, you can just remove the blocks that are below the top ones, and everything looks like this right now. And we just have to place in our tripwire and some redstone. And what you have to do is to come to the back side of the entire thing, and you want to place a redstone torch in this location at the side of the block, and underneath of it you want to place redstone dust. This should activate the iron trapdoor, and then what you want to do is to place a tripwire hook at both sides of these 2 blocks like this, and then place a string in between, and as you can see, this will make everything be a working machine, and that means you finished the building process of the farm. But now let me show you how to actually use it. In order to get the perfect results when using this farm, I recommend having a fishing rod enchanted with luck of the C3, Unbreaking 3 and Lure 3. However, if you just have a regular fishing rod, then I don't recommend using an enchantment table to get the enchantments, because out of this farm you will get tons of enchanted fishing rods, and it's so much easier this way. You can even combine the enchantments using an anvil. But anyways, here's how to use the farm. What you want to do is to stand on top of the hopper, and you want to take your fishing rod, and you want to click at the top side of this block right here, but rather in front, so maybe in this location. You want to click it once, and then you will see that your trapdoor will drop down, and then you just have to click it consecutively every second or so, and you'll automatically get all the fish stuff in the chest or in your inventory. And now, of course, if your device supports autoclickers, so on PC or mobile, you can use an application to auto-click, meaning that you get a fully AFK fishing farm. Let me show you how to set up an autoclicker. You want to set the click interval to 1100 milliseconds, so 1.1 seconds. And then you want to make sure that the button, this autoclicker effect, is the right mouse button, or whatever makes you cast out your fishing rods. Then everything else doesn't really matter, just make sure what the hotkey is to start the autoclicker. In my case, it's F6, and let's try this one. So again, you want to stand on top of the hopper, and you want to make sure that you're right in the middle of the hopper, and then you want to point your fishing rod at the top side of that block in this position. And let's start the autoclicker. Now, as you can see, in my case, the bobber of the fishing rod is pushed out of the water again and again. And if this happens to you as well, you have to stop the autoclicker and then just make your cursor point a little bit more in the center of the block, so like this, but still at the top side of the block. Now, why did I do this? Because the cursor has to point on top of the iron trapdoor once the iron trapdoor is closed. That way, using your right mouse button or whatever else does not affect your fishing rod in this case, but tries to open the trapdoor. Only when the bobber is out of the water and the iron trapdoor opens again, you can use your fishing rod again, and you get the fish or whatever other item you fished. So basically, if this doesn't work for you, make sure that you really point your cursor at the exact same spot as I did, and that you stand in the middle of the hopper. Just try out a few positions, and trust me, it will definitely work. Now, if you want to AFK for hours and hours, it's probably an intelligent idea to build yourself a safe AFK spot, and also to extend the storage system of your farm. In order to do this, you want to dig down some blocks next to the double chest and remove the blocks underneath of the chest like this. And we even got some lapis down here. And then you want to place a double chest every other block. You want to fill in everything with hoppers and place yourself some ladders all the way to the top. Another hopper in this position, and we extended the star system successfully. Now on console, of course, you will not be able to use autoclickers themselves. However, you can actually connect your console with a PC or mobile phone using a remote application. This will work for PlayStation, Switch and Xbox with all their respective applications. And then you can use an autoclicker on that device. So a little workaround at this point, but if you don't want to do this, this farm will still give you some benefits. So if the video helped you for your survival world, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see us again in the next video. See ya!